It's going to be an incredible night here on Long Island. Incredible fights, athletes returning, athletes chasing their dreams. But the PFL made a big splash this week you might have heard about for another reason.
The company that broke every viewership record is officially merging with the original industry disruptor to change combat sports forever. Over 400 fighters across boxing and MMA, and the most powerful content engine in sports. Welcome to the future of combat sports, and welcome to the new MVP.
The announcement to usher in a new era, and then, of course, the reactions. Social media, legacy media, entertainment, sports. Everybody is talking about the PFL. Sean O'Connell, Dan Hardy, MVP co-founder Nakisa Bidarian, PFL CEO John Martin. And John, it's not just about creating those headlines. You have a vision for this partnership. Tell us what it is.
Well, this is... When I came to PFL a little less than a year ago, I said we want to try to lift the brand, gain scale, and try to shine a big spotlight as possible on the athletes that we could. I immediately started paying a lot of attention with a lot of respect for what MVP was doing with this gentleman and Jake Paul leading the way as co-founders. We got together several months ago. We talked about the idea. I think we both centered around the industrial logic of it. For the athletes, for the PFL athletes, raise the level of attention, raise the scale of the platform, and put on, honestly, the best possible fight events that we can with the best possible storytelling that we can around it. Take our athletes and give them a platform that they couldn't get otherwise with just the PFL.
Nakisa, I've got to ask you, I mean, the impact that you and Jake have had in combat sports in the last few years has been incredible. What's driving you to want to have this impact on combat sports and change it for the fighters?
Disruption, being fighter first, and changing the sport forever. When we started this company 5 years ago, it was with a view of being fighter first, focusing on Gen Z and Gen Alpha, which a lot of promoters can't even spell Gen Alpha, and really putting an emphasis on women's boxing and using our blockbuster live events to do that. Now, coupled with the PFL, the unbelievable fighters, the infrastructure, the team, and just to correct you, Sean, this is the CEO of MVP, MMA and boxing.
All right.
He's the man leading the charge, and super excited for what's to come.
That's awesome. Awesome. Exciting times, John. I mean,
You know, one thing I know we're at an MMA event, and I know the PFL was about MMA, but we're going to be the real first organization that's going to be able to offer athletes the ability to box and participate in MMA. Thrilled.
Well, two former fighters here, and knowing what you've done for fighters in boxing and that singular, unbelievable event you already put on in MMA, really, I think this is big news for fans. It's big news for the industry. It's the best news for the fighters themselves, because we're talking about real competition. We're talking about elevated contracts and a platform that a lot of fighters couldn't have even imagined earlier, maybe this year.
Opportunity, opportunity, and more opportunity. If you're not supportive of this opportunity for fighters, for choice, for options, then you're not a fan of MMA and you don't support these athletes. We are a private company, we have flexibility, and we have the best content engine in the world in terms of storytelling. So now it's game time.
I want to show a little highlight package here. This is yesterday. We talk about making a splash, and yeah, the MMA world's going to pay attention to MVP and the PFL. How about this? Ringing the bell at NASDAQ. John, what was that like? Obviously a huge moment for the company.
It was a huge moment at the company. So I've rang the bell at the competitor NASDAQ a number of times. I've had the privilege. There's something like, I was like a little kid, though, doing this again. That was a lot of fun.
It was incredible, and it just speaks to how important this announcement is. We're not a public company, but NASDAQ's doing their work, getting us to pay attention to them. So when we go public, if we want to 10 years from now, we go to the NASDAQ.
I'm not going to ask either of you to speak for somebody else, but a lot of the fight fans want to know, Jake Paul being involved in this, does that mean Jake Paul in MMA? Will we see him fight with the small gloves?
100%. He wants to come into MMA, and now that we're officially partners in this company, the largest shareholders in this company. That is going to happen. But more so, I'm excited to see the best 155-pound fighter in the world in Usman tonight. From the lineage of Khabib and Islam, it's such an honor and a privilege to be here cage-side with you guys to see this.
And let's not forget about Dakota. I know we'll talk about her again later.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. We've got 2 undefeated fighters squaring off for the lightweight world championship. Archie Colgan feels like he can pull off the upset against Usman Nurmagomedov.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.